Hey, I'm coming to you on day 16 with a topic that has saved my life in so many different ways. And of course, my life today, literally today, as I needed to record this, is embodying the concept of it. And that is the idea of grace. Grace is one of the most important concepts that exists in deepening into our connection with love, with co-creation. Forgiveness is a core channel through all of this experience, as you'll see in future days. And in the end, we recognize that grace is the underlying highest frequency of forgiveness. Forgiveness is freedom. And we forget that the first person on our list to forgive needs always to be us. Richard Rudd has a quote that says, "Grace is many things, but above all, it is forgiving, gentle, uplifting, and hugely transformational." When we learn to interweave grace into our life, we begin to unshame. We begin to unravel the layers and layers of shame that hide away the thoughts and subconscious drivers that have held us captive for years. One of the reasons that we can't see the power our thoughts have over us is because we lock them away. We shame them and we don't give ourselves grace for the experience we're having, for the thoughts that we have, for the programs that we have in our mind, and the survival tools that have been created to get us to where we are. So grace and unshaming, forgiveness, these are foundational tools that allow the parts of us that we have locked away in the shadows to come out and start to be the gifts that they were always meant to be. I record this video with a little one lying next to me, not feeling well, with an inability to make the time I wanted to record in a place that looked really good, to get it out and edited in time to make sure that it landed at the right time. If I had not learned how to give myself grace, it would have been very easy to fall into one of my biggest shadows, which is half-heartedness, which tells me that I didn't do it. I didn't do it well enough. I'm not going to be able to do it well enough, and therefore I should just not do it. The graveyard that exists in my life because of this shadow, because of these thoughts that I refuse to acknowledge, locking them away in the basement of my mind, shaming them for even existing instead of allowing them to be here, be present with them, acknowledge them, which then allows them to alchemize, transform, and move on so that my true effort can actually show up. That's what I want you to start to be able to access. And today's practice is going to plant the seed to get you there. Today, we're just going to acknowledge the thoughts that are allowed to arise, acknowledge their existence, and give them grace. On this day 16 of ReWired, this is one of the most peaceful ideas and practices, and I encourage you to deepen into the idea that you are allowed to have parts that aren't perfect. The imperfect parts, those are where the real gifts are hidden. So I want you to take a moment and ground down, connecting your body to the earth in some way. Notice your breath slowing down. Start to take an intentional deep breath all the way in, down your body, sending it to that location connected to the ground. Slowly breathing and allowing the breath out to take twice as long as the breath in. Relaxing your tongue down the back of your throat as you take these breaths intentionally in and then out, twice as long as you let in. And I want to make sure that your eyes start to close and you become present with this breath, taking a few more breaths in this pattern. And I want you to start to hear in your mind, I am safe to hear my own thoughts. I allow them to be here without judgment or shame. I am safe. I allow them to be here without judgment or shame. And as you allow your mind to quiet, notice any thoughts willing to be seen. Feel the safety in your body with that thought, allowing it to float on, accepting its existence without taking it on. And throughout the day, choose 2 or 3 times where you take some quiet moments and allow whatever thoughts want to be with you to arise. Noticing them with compassionate curiosity, allowing them to exist, knowing your thoughts are not you. Also, throughout the day, take a moment to tell yourself, I am safe to hear my thoughts. My thoughts are not me. It may help to set an alarm for a practice like this and write that phrase in it, setting the alarm for 2 or 3 times today. Thank you for joining me here on ReWired, day 16. If you have stumbled upon this somewhere on the internet, I am Jamie O'Connor, and I am your guide in 365 days of daily practices to help you rewire your brain for miracles. If you'd like to get a daily email about this, please go ahead and join us at inspiredfocus.link/rewired. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow for day 17.